Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the awesome Daf Yomi today. We are on page 56, Nun Vav of Masechet Gittin, and we're actually continuing off with the famous stories that occurred. The Talmud is, just like in yesterday's stuff which I related over about this famous story we recite over on Tisha B'Av of Kamsa and Bar Kamsa. Today is enter Rabbi Yochana ben Zakkai, one of the great rabbis from the time of the Gemara, and he's going to have a meeting with who was going to be the person was going to be the king, the Roman king at the time, just before the destruction of the second Bet HaMikdash, king of the name Vespasian. And it looked doomed at the time for Am Yisrael in Israel at the time. At that point in time, it looked like there was going to be like a massive damage to the Bet HaMikdash and possible galut, exile. It looked pretty much doomed in the eyes, according to some people, of Rabbi Yochana ben Zakkai. However, he was desperate to have a meeting with Vespasian because he knew it was going to be the end. It could be the whole of Am Yisrael they could have destroyed at the end, and a very, very vicious attack that actually ended up happening, which cost millions of lives. But he snuck in somehow, pretended he had died, and somehow came inside the vicinity where Vespasian was, the Roman emperor was, to speak to him, because he knew that Am Yisrael was doomed. And he actually foresaw, he knew that Vespasian was going to become the king, and with the genius of it, the Vespasian basically became the king in the window of time that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai had come to visit him, to come and request of him, to come to beseech of him. And the Roman emperor said, you have 3 requests you can request of me, and I will give it granted. So he requested 3 things. What were they? So the first thing was the rabbis, the great sages of Yavne. He asked them to preserve all the sages, to save them and let them continue their study hall where the Sanhedrin was, Talmudic halls, and let them study and don't touch them if whatever they were planning to do. Preserve them. That was the first request, which was granted. Second request was that the family of Rabban Gamliel, who was actually from the Davidic line, from naturally where Mashiach descends from David HaMelech, to actually preserve also and look after the entire family of Rabban Gamliel. That was the second request. And then the third request was that there was a great sage named Rav Sadok, who had been fasting for more than 40 years and was a really, really great rabbi, who was very sick at the time with all the fast he had and everything else, to give him a doctor and ensure his safety. That was the 3 requests he did. So I believe Rabbi Akiva even asks, he could have asked that give Am Yisrael another chance, spare them. But at that stage in time, I think some commentators respond that it looked like it was doomed, it was going to happen anyway, and there was nothing to salvage that sort of point. However, these 3 things were granted to him from the Roman emperor, from Vespasian. The 3 requests was, and the genius of the request was, because imagine if they would have ended up killing all of the students of Yavne, all the Talmidei Chachamim, all the great scholars over there. What would have been left with the perpetuation of the Torah, the precious Torah? You need the scholars at the end of the Talmidei Chachamim to preserve the Torah for every generation. The study halls is the important. It is a blueprint of us as Jewish people, and you need it. It is absolutely crucial, and without it, it's highly, highly problematic. And over here, this was the request, the genius of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, was that to ensure the safety of Am Yisrael was to actually, this first request of to save the scholars of Yavne, it was actually critical, it was actually crucial over there, and hence it was saved at the end. And with that, the perpetuation of the Torah and the Gemara and everything was learned in future generations, was passed down over and ensured to the highest level over here. Very interesting. I would very much recommend everyone to look into it. It's a very famous story, this thing was between Vespasian and Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai, and later on it will be actually Titus, the son of Vespasian, that would actually end up destroying and burning the Bet HaMikdash, as we very much learn in a couple of weeks' time, as we are during the 3 weeks at the moment, the Shalosh Shavuot. We will learn on Tisha B'Av these stories which are related, just like Kamsa and Bar Kamsa I related over a few days ago, which was page Nun Hey. This was Nun Vav, continuing the stories of the destruction of the second temple of the Bet HaMikdash. I would like to dedicate this with the Hatzlacha, the good luck of Tamar Bat Ruth. Bezrat Hashem, she will have a lot of Hatzlacha in anything that's occurring in her life. Be'ezrat Hashem. Guys, I want to wish you all a Shavua Tov Murach. I'll leave you with some scenes here. Nice park here in Bet Shemesh. The city is Ramat Bet Shemesh. Yeah, just a lot of bus lines coming here. Very, very nice place here. Just to get you guys in the mood for today. And enjoy and look over the other videos. This is a 55th video of Masechet Gittin. And have a great day. Bye.